Now, in November last year, after splitting up with her boyfriend, Laura Michaels turned her back on long-term relationships and decided she only wanted to have one-night stands.
She created a group on an online social networking site looking for men to have sex, no strings. Over 3 months, she slept with 35 men, which is an average of one every sort of 3 days. And she says she doesn't regret a thing. And she joins us now, along with a lady whose eyebrows are firmly raised, Denise Robertson. So welcome, both of you. Thank you very much for coming in.
Hi, Laura.
So Laura, you first had sex when you were 17.
Yes.
And your boyfriends, you sort of met in the traditional way through going to pubs and clubs and that sort of thing.
That's it, yeah.
Would you say that you had a very high sexual appetite?
Yeah, I think once I got to like 17 and I obviously had sex once, and then from there it was just sort of experimenting, trying out different things, and everything sort of like just progressed from there. So I reckon it just got a bit higher as I got older.
So then you had a relationship which was more serious, but that relationship broke down.
Yeah.
And that led to what some would say was a slightly dangerous course of action. When you certainly ended up socially networking, your group was called I Need Sex.
Yeah.
And it was set up because of what?
I thought, well, everyone uses like online networking to like meet new people, like you've got dating sites and everything like that on there. So I thought, why not set up a group purely just to meet guys for this one reason? So I set up the group, and within about 10 minutes I'd had 30 people join it. So I mean, I didn't have to leave the house. It was just a lot easier. They sent me in their pictures. If I liked what I saw, then I went and met up with them.
And this group, when you say group, I mean, it's basically you and the male population.
Yes.
That was the group?
That was the group, yes.
I have to say, I'm hardly surprised that so many men logged on. I mean, you're a beautiful-looking girl. So how many did you get? Altogether, about 300, I think.
Yeah, about 300.
How many of those did you actually meet up with?
I met up with about 50 of them.
And did you have sex with all of them?
No, I had sex with about 35 of them in total.
OK. And they knew absolutely from the start, you know, don't think I'm seeing you again, this is not going to be a romance or relationship, this is purely a sexual...
That's it, purely
liaison.
sexual thing, yeah. So, like, the type of people I had on there were business-type people. Strangely enough, they look very much like Philip, but that's not a bad thing.
Do you know, I saw you on that computer several times last
No, I was
week.
just doing my emails,
You
I
sure?
promise.
Yeah, Steph, don't worry, I was there.
Absolutely. See, the thing is, from as Ruth quite rightly says, from a bloke's point of view, wow, absolutely perfect. No strings attached sex.
That's it.
But the trouble is, you know, you are so sexually active that how have you kept yourself safe?
First of all, when I went out to meet the people on the group, I always let one of my friends know like where I was going. So I'd say I'm meeting this person here, and then obviously we always met in a bar first or a restaurant, just so like checked out where I was, make sure I liked the guy, and then we went when we moved on from there, either back to a hotel or wherever we went.
That's the bit I would really worry about you. That's the dangerous bit. No matter if you've texted your friend and said, I'm meeting him in this bar, if you then say, OK, back to your place or back to a hotel, that's where you're very vulnerable. Did you ever have any frightening experiences or dodgy moments where you thought, this guy's a bit weird?
No, luckily, I've been lucky so far. I mean, I've had no trouble whatsoever. Most of the guys didn't actually last very long anyway, so it was sort of...
My instinct is, I think, did you get a lot of married men?
I think they could have been. I mean, most of the people I met up with didn't really talk about their personal lives. Like, they were there for, like, the one thing, and that was it. So that was good, because they understand what they were coming down for. So I don't really know, to be honest.
Isn't this all a bit sleazy?
I don't know. You could look at it as if, like, for example, if a guy went off and did this, they'd be like, oh, yeah, he's a stud. But because it's a girl who's doing it, that's wrong, then...
And how did you protect yourself? Denise is actually going to explode in a moment. But hang on just a second longer, Denise. How did you not only protect yourself against getting attacked or killed?
Yeah.
How did you protect yourself? I mean, did you make sure that you were fully protected against sexual diseases, things getting passed on?
Yeah, I always made sure I used protection, and to be doubly safe, like every month I'd go and get like a full like health check, screening and all that. So I made sure there was like nothing in that area.
Are you doing this just for the thrill? Is it just the danger of it?
Yeah, I think it's the thrill of like not knowing what's going to happen, who you're going to meet, what they're going to be like. I don't know, it's just something different rather than your normal everyday.
And there'll be people watching who will think, and we're not in any way judging you or your family, but there will be people who say, "Oh, I bet her mum's proud."
Oh, well, she will be now she's seen this.
Did she know?
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know?
Unless she's watching now.
So what do you think she'd think if she's not watching now, but if...
she probably wouldn't be very impressed. I don't think any mother would be impressed, or like any like parent's child, you know.
And can I just ask you that you are perfectly happy, you feel totally fulfilled, you're not looking for romance, you're not looking for Mr. Right, you're just happy going out there for a sexual liaison, that's it, you never want to see them again, and you're fulfilled and content with that.
It's like, at the end of the day, sex is sex, and no matter who you are, everyone has had sex in some form or another. I mean, like, everyone goes out and everyone's probably watched it.
OK, well, that's what you say why you do it. As Philip said, we're not here to judge you. Why do you think she does it, Denise?
Well, where do I begin? When I first heard Laura's story, I had two reactions. One was, she is an adult. She is not hurting anybody else but perhaps herself, and she has every right to do it if she wants to. The other half of my head just cried, danger, danger, emotional danger, physical danger. Sitting here now, it's rather like listening to a beautiful little girl let loose in a sweetie shop. The difficulty is some of those sweets have cyanide in them. And, you know, you think you are being... And I think you're lovely. I talked with you earlier, and I like you very much. So what I'm saying is not criticism. I would go on my knees to you if I could stop you. You are being very naive, because you say, I look at their pictures, and if I like the look of them... Psychopaths are almost always handsome. How can you judge? You tell your friend you're going to meet in a certain hotel, then you go off somewhere and he kills you, and all your friend can tell the police is, well, she met him in the Bay Horse. You are playing Russian roulette with your life.
Looking, just let's move away from the sort of physical danger aspect of it. What about when you decide that finally you would like to settle down and you would like to meet Mr. Right? I'm assuming that you're probably going to be quite honest with him and tell him what it is that you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, now this exists.
Yeah.
He's probably he's gonna know. So, 35 men in 3 months. You're 23 now, aren't you?
Just 24
Just
now.
24.
Yeah.
And overall about 100 men,
Yes.
you reckon? So, is Mr. Right going to be happy to be 101, 116, 212?
I think he's going to have serious worries about why you did it. And I think that you did it as a form of self-harming. I think that you are punishing yourself for something. I don't quite know what. And I think this act of coming out now and telling everybody is a more severe form of the punishment. And you are, I think, kidding yourself. And remember, I like you. I want you to stop. I think that you are kidding yourself, Laura. You are kidding yourself that you're being brave, that you are showing the world.
But she's just found a hobby.
You are throwing
she's just found
away
something she likes. It could be drugs, could be alcohol,
I
it just happens to be
don't honestly
sex.
think she likes it, because I think if she liked it in her subconscious, she would be hugging it to herself and saying, I'm onto a good thing here, I'm going to enjoy it. You've now moved from punishing yourself with these liaisons to punishing yourself by telling the world about it, which you know you're going to have to face your mum.
Just finally, Laura,
Yes.
what do you say to that? Defend yourself.
Okay, well, since all this has come out and everything, obviously, group is no longer, but...
You were shut down by the
shut down, but
site responsible.
basically, due to that, I thought I'll just do it myself, start up again, called Laura Michaels, Oz.net have now put that in Oz my own thing. So this way it's me, I'm controlling what goes on.
No, you're not. You think you are.
I can choose
You're not controlling anything, darling. Unless if you are going to have that number of casual sexual partners, you are going to come a cropper. And because as I say, I think you're a charming young girl, and I just wish you're intelligent. Use your brain. It's a sex organ. That is the greatest sex organ we have.
She's using her brain to do something she wants to do.
Very
what
interesting.
I would say, though, is stay safe.
Yes.
Look after yourself.
And I think you and Denise should go off and talk, because she's got a lot more to say to you, I can tell.
Well,
It's not all out there yet.
Good luck with your mum.
But we've run out of time. Nice to meet you,
And
Denise.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you after the break.